Hi guys, today I'm covering the mathematics section of the official SHSAT test from the 2019-2020 NYC Specialized High Schools Student Handbook. My goal is not to show you all the tricks and tips, my goal is to do this test as fast as I can. Normally you are given 90 minutes for this section, but I will do it much faster. If you would like to learn all the tricks and tips and get detailed solutions to ace the math section on your SHSAT, please click the link in the video description below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. So let's do this. Alright, 58. Miss Lee opened a retirement account with a deposit of $2,500. This account earns 4% simple interest annually. How many years will it take to earn $500? Alright, good. So 4% multiplied by 2,500, that turns into 100. And 500 over 100 is 5 years. That's the answer. Moving on. 59. Alright, so this is simple. 6 minus 9 divided by the absolute value of 3. So I just pretty much, we'll just do 3, right? Plus negative 8 multiplied by 3/2. Alright, so we get 6 minus 9 over 3. Let me just rewrite. Here I can cancel that, so it's minus 12. So that's 6 minus 3 minus 12, which is negative 9. Next. 60. Alright, it's very simple. Expanded 7x plus 3 minus 4x minus 2 is equal to 13. Group x's together, so 3x plus 1 is equal to 13. X is equal to 4, right? Because I move here 12 divided by 3. Next. What's the value of x? Alright, so this is 35 degrees. Now, this angle therefore is 55 degrees because it's a right triangle. Next. The mean value of 8 numbers is 17. 3 of these numbers, 9, 11, and 20 are discarded. What is the mean of the 5 remaining numbers? Alright, so the sum of the 8 numbers is 8 multiplied by 17, which is 136. Now, let's remove 9, 11, and 20 and divide that by 5. So that's equal to, this is 40 total. So it's going to be 136 minus 40, that's 96 over 5, which is 19.2. Next. 63. Multiple choices. Alright, so 3 to the 4th power is 81. 7 to the 4th power I do not know, but I know that 49 times 7 times 7 is 7 to the 4th. Now, 49 times 7 I know is 343. I do not know what's 343 times 7, so let me just multiply this. So that's 1, 2, so 0, 2. So therefore here it's 24. This is 3 here, so that's 24. 2401. So I have 24. Let me just write here 2401 plus 81. So that's 2482C. Next. In 1 week, 1/3, 1 3/4 inches rain fell, and then 2 2/3, and then 7/8. How many inches fell during those 3 days? All right, so 1 3/4. Let me just rewrite immediately in proper fractions. 7/4 plus 8/3 plus 7/8. If I combine these two, I get 21 plus 32 over 12 plus 7/8. So let me just move it all here. So that's 53 over 12 plus 7/8. Let me just do the cross multiplication. So that's equal to 424 plus 84 over 96. So that is 508 over 96. Now I need to keep simplifying it. Divide by 2. 254 over 48 divided by another 2, that's 24 right here, and there on top it's going to be 127, and that is 5 and 7 over 24e. Nice. Here we go. Next. An alarm bell will ring when the pressured gas in the cylinder reaches an internal pressure that is 215% of the maximum allowable pressure. If the maximum allowable pressure is 220 pounds. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually use a trick. So technically I need to multiply 220 by 2.15, but that's going to be like 440 plus, right? So it's 473. See, next. A revolving sign makes 1 complete revolution in 90 minutes if the sign starts moving at 2:30 p.m. after 9 revolutions. So 90 minutes multiplied by 8 revolutions divided by 60 minutes, right? To find out number of hours. So that is equal to 72 over 6, which is 12 hours. So if you start at 2:30 p.m., it's going to be 2:30 a.m. F. Next. Alright, so points y and z are not shown on the number. If x is the midpoint of wy, so this is y, and y is the midpoint of wz, so that's 4 right here, so 4, so 8z, 8d. Next. what makes so butterfly, we need to find n. 81n is equal to 90, so n is equal to 90 over 81, which is the same thing as divided by 9, so it's 10 over 9. Again, guys, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. I'm skipping all the tricks and tips. I'm not explaining how it's done. I'm just doing this. My goal is to do this ASAP. So next, if n is an integer, 3n plus 3 is an even number. Let's just figure out n is equal to 1, right? So that's 3n plus 3 is equal to 6. It's an even, so it has to work. So if you plug in n equals 1 in all of these multiple choices, A works, B does not work, C does not work, D does not work, A. Next, the product of two positive integers is 65. Which number could be the sum of these two integers? Alright, so 65 is either 65 times 1 or it is 5 times 13. Are there any other options? 5 and 13 are all prime numbers, so no. So the sum is either 66 or the sum is 18. F. If n is an odd integer that is less than negative 3.25, so this is negative 3.25, here is 0. The next odd, what is the greatest possible value? The next, pretty much the greatest odd integer that is less than 3.25 is negative 5d. Next, Mika's history assignment is to read 420 pages. He planned to do the assignment in 6 hours. Here are the first 160 pages in 2 hours. All right, so how many pages he has left? He has 260 pages left, and he has 4 hours left. So that is 65 f per hour. Between which two consecutive integers is this fraction? All right, so that's like 4 and 1/7, so between 4 and 5. C. Next, downturn, downturn, downturn. All right, so here one number in the percentage column is incorrect. Which change needs to be made? Let's look at this table. Let's try to add it up. I would look at the solutions immediately. So change excellent to 36.6. You see how it's 33.6, so that's up 3%. 32.7 is up 3%. 33.2 from here is also plus 3%. Or it's changed with this guy down 2%. So let's add up the percentages first and see how this will turn out. So I'll just do 33, 336, 297. Then I'll add the points later. 302, 6717. It must match 99.9. So this is 13, 15, 15, 22, 29. So 9 and 2 in here. Then here we got 12, 12, 18, 18, 19 plus 2, 21, 2. And here we got 3 plus 2 plus 3. That's, how much is that? That is 9. That is 8. So 108. So 101.9 pretty much. So, but it's not 99.9%. So it has to be dropped by 2. So it's H. Makes sense, guys? Trick. Great trick. Joseph is 5 feet 9 inches tall, and Roberto is 6. All right. So we got 5 and 9 versus 6 and 4.5. Oops. 4.5. All right, so to get to the 6 inches, that's 3 inches plus another 4.5. So it's 7.5 inches total. D. Next. For what value of x, x is a proportion. All right, so let's just solve the butterfly method. Butterfly method will save us all. So x over 35 is equal to 5 over 7. So then we multiply both sides by 35, so x is equal to 5 over 7 multiplied by 35, boom, boom, that's 5, that's equal to 25. F. Next. Alright, that's simple. 9 plus 64 plus 4 just expanded. So this is negative 5 plus negative 3, so over 9. So we got 68 plus 9 is 70, 68 plus 9, 77 over 9, which is the same thing as, oh, we have C. Nice. Don't even have to simplify. Ani contributed $1,200 towards the purchase of $2,000 computer. Her brother contributed $240. What percentage of the total cost of the computer did Ani's parents pay? All right, so here we got 2,000 minus 1,440. All right, because that's 240 plus 1,200. That's 560. That's how much the parents paid. So 560 over 2,000. Now watch me do this. Now let's just cancel the 200, turn 200 into 100. So that's 28%. Right? That's a trick. I don't have to simplify much. F. Next. The numbers m and pq are different, and each is equal to one of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 6, and 12. All right, so if we got 2m is equal to 6q is equal to 1/2 n is equal to p. What is the value of p? So we can assume that n could be potentially the largest number of the ones presented to us. So let's assume n is equal to 12. If n is equal to 12, then this whole thing, 1/2 n is equal to 6. Therefore, p has to be equal to 6. So let's just, like, we're not sure if this is the right answer, but let's just engage it. 6q, in this case, q has to be equal to 1, so we also have 6. And in this case, m must be equal to 3, right? Because 2m then is equal to 6. So it's 3, 1, 12, and 6. Good. So p is equal to 6. C. If a person chooses a number at random from the set above, what is the probability that the number is less than 0.005? So it's this number, and this number, 3 out of 5, G. Next. Liman answered 6 out of 40 questions on a test incorrectly. What percentage of the test did he answer correctly? So he answered 34 out of 40. Now let's do the trick. 17 over 20, right? We need to turn this into percentage, multiply by 5 over 5. That's 85 over 100. It's 85% A. Next. Lines J and K intersect at point Q. If H is a straight line, what is the value of X? So this right here is 45 degrees. This right here is 100 degrees. So we know that 180 is equal to 45 plus 100 plus X. I'm not putting degrees. So X is equal to 180 minus 145, which is 35 degrees G. Which statement must be true if X is a whole number greater than or equal to 1? Let's just say X is equal to 1 and plug it into each one. So 1/2 is greater than 1/3. Is that correct? Yes, it is correct. So far is correct. B, 1/2 is less than 1/3. Wrong. C, 1/2 minus 1/3 greater than 1. Not true. And here 1/2 minus 1/3 is greater than also 1. Also not true. The answer is A. A basket contains red balls, green balls, and white balls. The probability of randomly choosing a red ball is 1/3. So therefore, how many balls total? 3 multiplied by 12, 36. That's how many balls total are over there. What's the probability that randomly choosing green ball is 1 over 4? So therefore, it's just 9 green balls, right? G. Next. If it took Lars 2 hours to ride his bicycle 48 kilometers, what was his average speed in miles per hour? So 48 kilometers over 2 hours is equal to 24 kilometers per hour. How many miles is that? Divide that by 1.6 and you get 15. Yes, it is 15 miles an hour. B. Next. Integer x is evenly divisible by 3. Evenly divisible by 3. Which expression below is also evenly divisible by 3? So let's assume x is equal to just 3. Alright, so just plug it in. So 7 here is out. For f, we get 9 minus 5, 4, also out. For g, we got 12 minus 1, 11, also out. For h, we got 12 plus 16, works. H. Next. So far, so good. So here we have a jar containing 6 red chips, 10 blue chips, and 4 yellow chips. If he removes 1 chip at random, what is the probability that it will not be red? If it not be red, chances, so therefore, he has to select blue or yellow out of 6 plus 10 plus 4 chips total. So that is 14 over 20, 7 out of 10, B. Next. The arrow starts on space P and moves clockwise around the circle. It moves through one space each minute. What space will the arrow point to in 100 minutes? So since there are 6 locations here, we need to figure out the largest number that 6 can go into. That is less than 100. That's 96. So for 96, at 96, P, like the arrow will still be at P, and then we have 97, 98, 99, and 100. So let's go. So 97, 98, 99, and 100. T. G. Next, Mei Ling is one of the 6 members of a committee. If two members of that committee are selected to go to conference, how many of the possible pairs of members would include Mei Ling? So she can be here, and then we have another 5. But we can also do 5 here and M here. Here's the thing: we will be double counting, so we're just looking for the 5. So it's A. Next. I love these ones. Just plug it in, guys. 6 minus 8 times 2 plus 1. 2 times 5 plus 4 times 3 minus 5. That's equals 6 minus 24 over 10. 10 minus 8, is it? So here we have negative 18 over 2. That's negative 9. Boom. E. Next, in the parallelogram above, what is the value of x plus y? So first of all, what is x? X must be 180 minus 56, so that's 124, and then multiply this by 2, so it turns into 248d. Again, guys, I'm skipping lots of steps. I'm just trying to do this as fast as I can. All right, so we got okay, point L somewhere. It's located on line segment JK, so that JL is equal to 2/3 LK. And let's not JK in here, if you know what I mean. So what is the position of point L? So L is somewhere here. So JL plus LK must be equal to 10, right? Between -4 and 6. All right, good. Now let's plug in JL. So 2/3 LK plus LK must be equal to 10. So 5/3 LK must be equal to 10. So therefore, LK must be equal to 10 multiplied by 3 over 5. Boom, 2. So that's 6. So LK is 6. So therefore, L is somewhere here because that's 6. What's the position of point L? That's 0, right? F. Next, 93. Joseph and May divided some stamps between themselves. Joseph got 60% of the stamps. If Joseph received 500 more stamps, okay, so Joseph got, so let's assume there are x stamps total. So Joseph got 0.6x and May therefore got 0.4x. So the subtraction of that will give us 0.2x, and that's equal to 500. X is equal to 500 over 0.2. That's equal to how much? 2500, right, guys? And now we're looking for how much Joseph received. So 0.6 multiplied by 2500, and I just know this, 1500. Again, great trick if you know your mental math. 94. The shaded sector of the circle shown above has an area of 18 pi. So just this guy right here is 18 pi. All right, good. We need to find the circumference. Good. So the area of the sector 18 pi is equal to pi r squared multiplied by 45 over 360. Cancel the pi's immediately. So 18 is equal to r squared, which we do not know, times 45 over 360 is 1/8. Multiply both sides by 8, so that's equal to 144. So r is equal to 12. We need to find the circumference of the circle. That's 2 pi r, which is 2 pi multiplied by 12, which is 24 pi, which is F. Next, which graph represents the solution? Inequalities sound difficult until they are solved. -3x greater than 3, so x is less than -1. Do not forget to switch the sign, so that's A. Next, a scientist mixed 3 chemicals R, S, and T in a glass container. The amount of R is 3 times the amount of S, and the amount of T is 1/6 the amount of S. Great, and we need to find what the ratio of the R to T. Good, so let's just divide one by the other, top by the bottom. Whatever, bottom by the top, whatever. So R over T is equal to 3 all over 1/6, which is what? Which is, we flip the 1/6 to the 18, so it's 18 to 1. Well, 18 over 1, so that's H. Next, Ken has K videos and Jeff has J videos. If Ken gives 6 videos to Jeff, so Jeff has J plus 6. Ken has twice as many videos. Okay, so that's times 2. K minus 6 is equal to A. Next, yesterday Sarah read 15% of her entire book. Key. That's a key point. Today she read another 17% of the entire book. In lowest terms, what fraction of the book is left for her to read? So 100% minus 15% minus 17%, that's equal to 68%. That's equal to 68 over 100, which is the same thing divided by 4 both sides, 17 over 25g. How many members of the set shown above are multiples of 6 but not multiples of 9? Okay, let me show you actually some tricks right here. So if you go 6, 12, 18, right? And then we're going to go 24, 30, 36. You see how these guys are divisible by 9, so we have to exclude them. However, here we have 2 multipliers of 6 and not multipliers of 9. So every 18 terms is going to happen like this. So 54, we're going to have 2, plus 18, 72, we're going to have 2, plus 18, we're going to have 92, plus 18, 108, also 2, 126, also 2, 144, also 2, 162, 180, also 2, and then 198, also 2. Here's the thing, 199 and 200 not divisible, can ignore them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times 2, 22. D. Next, Kim jogs 8 kilometers in 1 hour and 40 minutes. At that rate, how many meters does she jog per minute. So we got 8,000 meters over 100 minutes. So 8,000 over 100, that's 80 meters per minute. So that's F. For what value of x? Okay, good. What I would do is I would do x over 5 and then move everything to the other side. So that's 3 times 4 minus 2x plus 3. Then I would expand the other side. X over 5 is equal to 12 minus 6x plus 3. So x over 5 is equal to 15 minus 6x. Then I will multiply both sides by 5. So x equals 75 minus 30x. So 31x is equal to 75. So therefore x equals 75 over 31b. Moving on. Here we got the diagram above shows the line RS intersecting a rectangle. What is the measure of angle Y? This right here is 50 degrees. This is a 90-degree angle, so this is 40. So therefore this dude right here is 140 degrees E. Next. Again, lots of tricks I'm skipping. Based on this sample, some stuff, 150 students. Based on this sample, how many students in the entire graph would you say to write as at least 100 words? So we're looking at this selection. So it's 4 plus 11 plus 9 all over 6 plus 4 plus 11 plus 9. So that's going to be the proportion. So that is how much? 24 over 30, right? Which is divided by 6, 4 over 5. That's the proportion, but we need to figure out how much will it be on the sample of 150 students. So boom, boom, boom. That's 3120 D. Moving on. Which percentage is closest to value? Good. Multiply this by 100. Move the 2 decimals to the left. So 0.99%, which is closer to 1%. G. Next. I need to place 3 games and I had a mean score of 140. Tariq, 2 games, 90. What's the mean score? Okay, mean means average. 3 times 140 plus 2 times 90 all over 5. Let's use the math correctly. That's 420. Your mental math must be stellar. You must know how to divide, add, multiply. 120. And there are ways how to improve your mental math, guys. 106. In the figure above, the shaded region is similar to the outer rectangle. The length of the outer rectangle is 4 feet. Good. And the perimeter is 14. So this is also 4. So therefore that has to be 3. That has to be 3 because 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 is 14. If the width of the shaded region is 2, what is the area of the shaded region? Alright, so this one is x. So let's do this. Let's do x over 2 is the same thing as 4 over 3. So x equals 4 over 3 multiplied by 2, which is the same thing as 8 thirds. That's our x. So this guy is 8 thirds. So therefore the shaded region area is 2 multiplied by 8 thirds, which equals 16 over 3, which is the same thing as 5 and 1/3. It's E. Alright, moving on. So here we got a rectangular concrete driveway is 30 feet, 8 feet wide, and 6 inches. 6 inches. Careful. So 30 multiplied by 8, and 6 inches is 1/2 of feet. So this is 4. So 120 cubic feet. C. Next, the greatest common factor of 24 and x is 8. How many possible values of x are greater than 10 and less than 70? So we got 24. This one is actually tricky. So 24 and x. What x can be? 24 is 3 times 8. 3 times 8. So we have to select the points. So 1 times 8, for example, is good because they both have, which is 8. They both have the same, the greatest common factor of 8, but 1 times 8 is less than 10. So let's continue. 2 times 8 will work. It's 16. 3 times 8 won't work because it's 24 and 24. 4 times 8 will work. That is 32. 5 times 8 will work. That is 40. 6 times 8 won't work because 6 and 3 have the same exact thingy. So cross it out. Then we got 7 times 8, which is 56. Then we got 8 times 8, which is 64. Then we get 9 times 8, which is 72. So 72 is greater than 70, out. So we got 16, 32, 40, 56, 64, 5, H. Moving on. We're almost done. So these two guys, Vicente and Carla, each ran 8 laps around a track. They started at the same time and place. If Vicente has 1.5 times ran 1.5 times as fast as Carla. How many laps did Carla have left to finish when Vicente finished his 8th lap? All right, so we need to divide 8 by 1.5 to figure out where Carla is. So while Vicente ran the whole thing, Carla just finished how much? This is 5 and 5, so 3 and 16. So Carla finished 5 and 1/3, and she has to go another 8 minus 5 and 1/3, which is 2 and 2/3 laps, which is B. Next, 110. West College students are randomly assigned to 20 dormitories and one of the 6 dining rooms. Caroline likes 6 of the dormitories and 2 of the dining rooms. What is the probability that she's assigned to both the dormitory and dining room that she likes? So that is 6 over 20 multiplied by 2 over 6. Cancel that. That is 2 over 20, which is the same thing as 1 over 10, 10% E. We are almost done. We're almost done. A train travels 2,200 miles from Phoenix to New York City. The train covers the first 240 miles in 5 hours. So the speed is 240 over 5. Now, if the train continues to travel this rate, how many more hours? More, guys. More hours will it take? All right, so let's do this like that. So 2,200, we cannot use a calculator, over 200 over 5. I'm not here to do the 240 over 5. That's a mistake. We need to cancel as we go. So we'll flip that. That's 5 over 240. All right, let's cancel the 0. I'll move it right here. So we have 220 multiplied by 5 over 24. We can still cancel the 2. That's 12. That's 110. We can cancel another 2. That's 6, and that's 55. So we get 55 times 5 over 6. That's equal what? 250 plus 25. 275 over 6. Now, 275 over 6 is roughly equal to 240 plus 36 over 6, which is 46. But they already traveled 5 hours, so minus 5, so that's 41 hours to go. 41 hours to go, D. 112. What is the least of 4 consecutive integers? All right, probably these guys out, so let's try 12. 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15. Again, guys, I'm not showing any tricks. I'm just trying to solve this as fast as I can. But if you learn the tricks, oh boy, you guys will be acing this test. So G is out, but what about H? So here we have 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16. This is 29. This is also 29. That's 58 total. Boom. H. All right, 113. If all possible values of x are indicated by the shaded part of the number line above, which number line best shows all possible values of x? So this is 0.5 right here. This is 1.5. So if 0.5 if x is greater than 0.5 and less than 1.5, let's just do 1/2 x 3/2. So if we flip that, we're gonna get 2, 1 over x, 2/3. So pretty much 2/3 x right here and then 2. So what are we looking for? We are looking for D. All right. Chanel selects a marble from a container and then returns it to the container. When she does this 3 times, the probability of choosing a red marble is of all 3 times is 216. You need to know your mental math. You need to know that 216 is 6 to the 3rd power, guys. So therefore, if you take the cubic root of that, it's going to be 1 over 6. Based on this information, what's the probability of Chanel choosing a red marble the first time? 1/6. H. We are done with this test. I did this as fast as I could. My goal was not to show you guys all the tricks and tips. My goal was just to do this test as fast as I could. If you would like to learn all the tricks and tips and get detailed solutions to ace the math section on your SHSAT, please click the link in the video description below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.